This is what it takes to win. My name is Mustafa Alawad. I'm a current undergraduate student studying computer science, and today I'm going to explain to you what it takes to win. All it really takes to win is systems. And you might be wondering, what do I mean by that? So I'm going to write it down on the board. What do I mean by systems, right? What you see in front of you, all these sticky notes, represent a day in my life. It's a system I personally built that caters to my needs to allow me to manage my time better and attack tasks with clarity when I'm actually going and doing said tasks, whether that be a homework assignment, lab work, YouTube. I manage YouTube channels outside of this one that you're currently watching. So I'm just going to briefly explain to you how this system works and why it works for me. And then later in the video, we're also going to be talking about how you can develop a system of your own to help benefit your life, right? So like I said before, all these sticky notes really represent is a day in my life. So if I go ahead and pull a random sticky note here, this was November 5th, 2024. I took a Cal 2 exam. I had some research work that I had to do because I'm doing some undergraduate research. I had to make sure I read. My stand right now is actually my bookshelf, which is kind of interesting. So I read a little bit. And then I had to weigh some options of joining a project on campus because knowing what you're doing with your time and how it can affect other things in your life really does matter. You got to make sure that you're actually allocating your time to projects that are worth it. So that's what I did on the 5th. And I started this system, the earliest date that I have of this said system working is the 1st of October. So if we draw a chart here, let's say this is productivity. So this is my productivity, right? From the 1st, so this is, let's say this is before October 1st, right? I don't know, I want to say I was maybe going at 20%, right? Because I used to just keep everything I needed to do in the day, I used to just keep it in my brain, and that just doesn't work, right? Especially once you get to a level where you're doing a whole bunch of high-level research, you're taking higher-level classes, and you have all this stuff going on. People want to hang out, people want to do this, people don't want to do that. It just gets really cluttered, right? But the moment I started using a system like this, or just any type of productivity tool that's ever been out, my productivity just increased so much to the point where, like, sometimes I look back at what I was able to do in the span of maybe 4 months, and I was like, wow, this is more than I've done the entire year. The accomplishments that I've had in the past 3 or 4 months completely outweigh what I've done maybe for the whole year, if I were to look back at the past year. Anyways, so what it really comes down to being successful, it's really about who can build the best systems, right? My marker's kind of garbage. Who can build the best systems, right? And hopefully what I want you to gain out of this video is how to build a system maybe for time management, but ultimately a system that allows you to reach your goals, right? Because essentially this is all that these sticky notes represent. It's a system that allowed me to reach my goals, right? So the way I personally built up this system is I looked at other people around me, right? The first time I really heard about like the sticky note method, or what I like to call the sticky note method, is from David Goggins, the big muscle guy, warhead guy. I'm gonna show you the book that I read here. Should be on screen now. Essentially, what his system was is he had, instead of a whiteboard, he had a mirror. Imagine this is a mirror. And he would just put the sticky notes around his mirror, so that when he woke up every morning, he'd see himself in the mirror, and then he'd be able to read whatever's on those sticky notes, right? And I didn't really take action on this. It's been a year since I've read that book, and I didn't really do anything about it, which that's a topic for another video. If you're reading media, if you're consuming media, and you're not actually putting their practices into play, there's really no point in you reading a book, but that's a topic for a different day. So that's the first time I really heard about the sticky note method for time management and goal setting. The second time I saw the sticky note method was I saw a classmate, they had their laptop, and they put a little to-do sticky note right there, and it had everything they needed to do during the day. So I was like, maybe I can combine the two, right? So if I grab my laptop here, essentially what I do is I put the daily sticky note right here on the left side of my trackpad, so I see everything I need to do that day, and I cross them out as I go, and then I throw it back on the wall to see where I've been or what I'm doing to eventually lead to my goals, right? This sticky note right here is kind of like a monthly goal or like a weekly goal. Just a goal that you can't really do in a day, right? So maybe it's a big task. Like this right now has some research work I'm doing. Obviously, I can't do an entire research project in one day. One can wish. But that's essentially the system I use. So I write every little micro task I need to do in a day, and I put it back on the wall. So when I wake up, my bed is actually right behind you guys. I see everything I need to do. So essentially what I did there is I combined the laptop. I'm going to redraw it for you guys. I combined that laptop method with that mirror method Goggins had, right? To eventually get this system here. Right. And that's how I really want, what I want you guys to get out of this video is, this short little video, is I want you guys to go out and try essentially every method you can of maybe time management, whatever you need working in your life, and any skill that you have lacking in your life. I want you to develop a system to eventually become better at it, right? So in my pursuit of trying to manage my time better and set goals better, I tried maybe Google I tried Google Calendar. That didn't work. I used Notion. That didn't work. So what I realized at that point was like, okay, maybe the online stuff isn't for me. And I was right, the online stuff wasn't for me. And then I saw that laptop thing. I was like, okay, maybe I should try the sticky note method, right? And I combined those two different methods within the sticky notes to make a system that works for me. So the main takeaway is, if you want to be successful at whatever said task you're trying to do, whatever said goal you're trying to achieve, is you need to be able to develop a system. Right? If you can develop a system, if you can become really, really freaking good at developing systems in your life, I really think that the roof for success is just infinite. If you look back at my life for the past 3 months, the amount I've been able to accomplish is just, if you told me maybe like a year back, I probably wouldn't believe you. So I really think what catered to that success and what allowed me to get into the position that I am in today was developing systems. And if you can get really good at making systems, there is no roof, essentially. You can go as high as you want. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to share with you guys with this video. The main takeaway is, if you can develop systems, you win. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments or suggestions or anything you want me to talk about, let me know in the comment section down below. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Guard your hearts. See you in the next one.